It says in a Mishnah, in Masechet Bava Metzia, Arba'a Shomrim Hen, there's 4 guardians. Shomer Chinam, unpaid guardian. Guardian is not paid, yeah. Shoel, a borrower. Nose Sachar, rent. Socher, and hired, yeah, exactly. Shomer Chinam, Nishba Alakol. A Shomer Chinam, if you're watching it for free, the guy says, watch my thing, and something happens to it, you have to make an oath on each case that happens. Vashoel Mishalem et Hakol. The borrower has to pay everything that went wrong. You borrow something, it breaks, you got to pay for it, okay? No sachar v'asocher. If you're paid or you're renting it, nishbaim al hashvura v'al hashvuya v'al hamita. If it breaks or it was shvuya, how would you say shvuya? Captured, like taken away. Or if it died, you swear on it. U'mishalim et ha'avera v'et ha'gneva. But you pay on if it was lost or if it was stolen. Okay. The Gemara says, Man tana arba shomrim. Who is the one who taught the 4 types of guardians? Amar Rav Nachman, Rabbi Meir he. It was Rabbi Meir. Amar le Rava le Rav Nachman mi ika de leit le arba shomrim. Who is the one that doesn't have 4 guardians? Amar le. He says, Rashi says, Al karchach arba'a mine shamim eshkaran. So automatically we see that there's 4 types of guardians. So Amar le hachi kamin alach. He says, this is what he meant to say. Mantana socher kenose sachar. Who's the one who taught that a socher is the same thing as a nose sachar? Socher is the renter, is the same laws as someone who's hired for it. Meaning there was an opinion that compared the 2 things together, the renter and the one who's hired. So one opinion says that's its own category. Rabbi Meir here. It was Rabbi Meir. Disvir leish asucher meshalem keshomer sachar. Ihachi arva'a shlosha ninhu. If that's the case, it's not 4. It's really 3. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak dalit shomrin v'dineim shlosha. He says really it's 4 guardians, but 3 laws. Interesting Gemara. Okay, tzarich birur. He said. Before was from Rabbi Meir, where he said, wait, Rabbi Meir is one who taught 3, and we said really it's 4 categories, but 3 halachas that came out of it. Which means 2 out of the 4 have the same halacha. Socher and Nose Sachar, okay? The simple meaning of Rav Nachman is, when he says, Hachi kamin halacha, this is what I meant to tell you, implies, Shid bidvarav, mantana socher ken Nose Sachar, Rabbi Meir he didn't go back in what he said before when it says Mantana Arba Shomrim. Who is the one who taught 4 Shomrim? But he really explained his original words. This is what he meant to say. Klomar. The question of who is the one who taught that Socher is like the Nose Sachar. It's not a new, different question. It's really an explanation of the first question of Mantana Arba'a Shomrim. Who is the one who taught 4 Shomrim? Which gets answered above when he says Rabbi Meir he. In these 2 questions, this that the Socher is like the Nose Sachar, that doesn't have a din by itself. Yotzeh Shem Shlosha Shomrim. Therefore, it comes out that there's 3 Shomrim. Delo Ketana Arba'a Shomrim, not like he taught 4 Shomrim, as it explains. Yesh Lomar Bezeh, we could say the following thing. And Rashi explains the reason there's a disagreement between Rabbi Meir and I think Rabbi Yehuda reads. Im Socher Dino Kashomer Chinam. If the Socher, the one who's renting it, if his law is like a shomer chinam or like a shomer sachar, someone who's hired. Okay, there's a question if the socher is like the shomer chinam or like the shomer sachar. Okay, what's Bava B'tzia is going on? So according to the one that holds that the shomer chinam, that he's like a shomer chinam, okay, there's a discussion of the socher, someone who rents something. You rent a car from a car rental place. Do you have the same law as someone who is watching it for free? Okay, or do you have the same law as someone who is who's being paid to watch it? He's been hired to watch it. Okay, it was hired to watch it. Okay, that's the question. So let's say, according to the opinion that says that that the one who rented it is the same as a shomer chinam, okay, which means you're just watching it for free, is because dekayahiv agar malachto ve'eno notel sachar al shmirato. You're giving it for the malacha, but you're not taking a payment on the guard. Klomar afa pisha socher yesh lo hanaa miachafetz. Even though the renter gets some type of benefit from the item, this that he's using it. But he doesn't become someone who's being paid to watch it. Because his benefit is not coming because he's being paid to watch it. Sharei Yahiv Agar Malachto, it's given for the malacha. Mikevan she'eno tel schar al shmirato, since he's not taking any payment on guarding it, hareu shomer chinam, therefore he's a shomer chinam. Yes, David.
Question.
Yeah.
I don't understand the comparison between a shomer sachar and sofer. The reason why.
Yeah.
The shomer chinam, you give him money, you tell him.
No, shomer chinam there's no money.
Shomer sachar.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shomer sachar, you tell him, keep my book, I'll give you $10 today to keep my book.
To watch it.
To watch it. Just so nobody will take it.
Yeah.
In the case of the shomer
chinam.
No. In the case of the socher,
renting
you are paying me for you
to use it. To use
for
it.
usage. Is the difference.
Yeah.
You are paying me, the Baal HaBayit, money. So how could you compare the shomer to the socher?
Okay, so one dea says,
the question is not a bit.
One says, okay, as a machlekes every man and re. A socher, a renter, one opinion says someone renting something is like the shomer chinam. That means, okay. We said because.
So why even ask the question in the beginning?
That's right.
Okay, but there's svara both ways.
No, but the svara of shomer sachar.
We're getting there. We're about to say that now.
Shouldn't be asked at all.
Why? That a socher is like a shomer sachar? We're going to say now. We're going to see.
It cannot be.
Well, if one.
We'll find out.
Well, the Gemara says it is. So that means al pi Torah, it is.
David, I'm sorry. I'm giving you, $50,000 car, $400 for a day, to drive. You're driving $50,000 car with $100.
I see you.
Or no, if you go to California, you do like $8 a day rental.
I see you.
$8.
I see you.
Yeah. Okay. So now. Okay. No. Okay. So.
You mean on the difference between the 400 per day and the 50,000 car? You are a shomer sachar, keilu.
1/60th ownership.
Meaning, when we're saying that the socher is like the shomer chinam, is because he's not being paid to watch it. He's just paying for the hana of the thing. So therefore, in that way, he's like the shomer chinam. That's the first svara. Second svara, according to the second dea, to say that the dino of the socher is like the shomer sachar. Okay, renting a car is like being paid to watch it. That's second dea. Hoyel v'lahanato hu etzlo, afapi shenoten schar peuloto.
Like Rabbi Yaakov said.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Which is what? What did he say?
He said $50,000 car. I'm renting it for $400 a day.
Yeah.
You are giving me $400. I'm giving you $50,000.
Yeah.
So it's like shomer sachar on 50,000 minus 400.
Right. Shomer sachar hu vaday lo yahiv schar havi shoel chayav beonzin Hashdayiv le agra lo havi shoel v'havi shomer sachar. Okay, milashon Rashi Majma de be'etzem hayat tzarich liot lesocher din shoel. He's saying in essence the renter should have had the law of a borrower, but since he gives him money, lo havi shoel v'havi shomer sachar. Since he gives him money, he goes out of the category. A borrower. So yeah, he's responsible for everything, even pshi.
But once he pays something for the usage, he's hardly a shoel. You don't say
he goes out of shoel. Yeah, he should have been shoel. Right, exactly. There's an exchange.
But
okay.
His question is still valid. I will tell you why.
What did he say?
Because you are paying $400.
Because you pay someone, the person gets hana'a.
Yeah,
so
if you didn't pay, you'd be a borrower, so you'd be chayav and everything. But the fact that you paid him, so you go out of the category of borrower and you go into the paying to watch it levels. Meaning the renter is the same as being paid to watch it.
And there is a difference?
The shoel is someone who borrows it is chayav in all things.
You are paying only $400.
And the one that pays not in all things because he paid
not in
for
all.
it.
Yeah, he paid as an
like
exchange.
that's kind of like the reason. But if he loses the whole thing, which is way from
and it depends on the case.
for damages, what is this?
In damages, but there's different types of damages.
Yeah,
we said basically, what was the thing here?
It only would be if it's worth what you paid, kind of.
Right. I mean, he didn't. He's chayav for some things, not everything. Not everything. Not everything. There's a chiluk we just said before. What was it?
It makes sense. Like he's only part for the amount that he paid, but everything beyond that.
Right, or certain things like that. Yeah. So, because it's also going to teach us avodas Hashem. Good question.
2 in 1. Bam.
Well, there must be a chiddush if there's something to talk about. So let's see. But we're understanding the svaras first of all. Okay. Chomar. Okay, now. Ein hapirush shemanda amar zeh svir lei shahitchavut shel hasocher lishmor hachafetz hu begeder tashlum nosaf. So according to this manda amar that holds that he's like being paid to watch it, is not that his obligation of the renter is to guard the object, and that is for an additional payment. L'dmei haschirut avur hanato me'achafetz nimtza she'ana'at hachafetz, the benefit of the object, he kabbalat schar al shmirato, would be the receiving reward on guarding it. Lachen havi shomer sachar. It's not that. Ela kol chiyuvo shel hasocher, the whole obligation of the renter, whom mipnei shachafetz nimtza etzlo lahana'ato, the object is by him to take benefit from it. From this he turns into like a borrower. Rak the Muhammad the Yahiv Agra, but the fact that he gives money for it, lo havi shoel mamash, vavirak shomer sachar. He goes out of the category of being a shoel, a borrower, and he goes into the category of shomer sachar. But now he can take benefit because he gave the money.
The vehicle itself.
The vehicle itself has the value. Yeah. Hasavarata inyan, the svara is, the explanation is, Kayam chiluk yesudi ben sibat chiyuvei hashomrim. There's a foundational difference between the obligations of the shomrim, shomer chinam v'shomer sachar, v'chiyuvei hashoel, and the chiyuv of the borrower.
So I'm paying you to hire me as the shomer of your car.
But you could benefit from it. Hashomer keshmoken hu, the shomer. What is a shomer? The implication of the word is kibel al atzmo vehitchayev lishmor chaftzo shel ploni ad shiachzirenu b'shleimut lebaalav. I took upon the responsibility to watch the item of this person until I return it in its complete form to its owner. Okay, let's skip the parentheses. Okay, Masha'en ken chiyuvei shoel. The shoel enom ba'im rak michiyuvuto lishmor hachafetz shel hamash'il. He's not only saying I'm obligated to guard this object, ela dehavi gam ki ilu kana hachafetz, as if you completely bought the object. V'meila chayav lachziro, and automatically you must return it like a loan. Because all the benefit is for him. Kana et hachafetz litchayev gam be'onsin. You acquire the object even to be chayav on an ones. Borrow someone's car, and then something weird happened and it broke. You're chayav, okay? Shein shayach lishamer mehem en geresh mira behem. Yeah.
When you pay for the car, you don't put money down to cover the insurance. So in other words, if something is wrong, if you get involved in an accident, the insurance covers you, and you're not liable to pay for it.
Right. That's another. Right. But if you borrowed a car and then lightning hit it when you were sleeping, and then you're chayav for it, right? It's the case in the Gemara with the lightning and the animal, plowing the animal, lightning hits it, you have to pay. If you borrow the animal, right? It's like
Yeah, but you get written permission because the insurance won't cover the car if you haven't got permission from the owner.
Yeah, it's true.
So if you've got written permission, if the car's covered, even if you another driver, there's no problem. The insurance for the land.
But if it's a Tesla and it hits it with lightning, it might start driving.
Oh, electric cars, yeah. This is the kavanah of Rashi in explaining the opinion that the socher is like a shomer sachar. It says hoyel v'lahanato u'etzlo. The benefit is by him. Yesod chiyuvo shel socher. The foundational obligation of the renter, hulo machamat hitchayvuto b'shmet hachafetz, is not because of his obligation of guarding the object, ela mishum shachafetz nimtza atzlo, that the object is found by him, not for guarding it, but rather lahanato, for you to use it and benefit from it. Sheyachol lishtamesh bo Kmo HaShoel, like a borrower. But since you gave him money, Lahavi Shoel, you're not considered a borrower. Vahavi Shomer Sachar. Hainu mikevan she'ein kol hana'ashlo. Not all benefit is for you, because you're paying for the benefit. Hareze mima'et u'menakeh michiyuvo keshol, takes you out of the level of a shoel. V'lahavi Shoel havi Shomer Sachar. Klomar, that the payment that you are making for the rental, it takes you out of the law of shoel, in which you would be chayav on ones, and you're only chayav on gneva and aveda, like a shomer sachar. Only if it was stolen or was lost, you're chayav, but in an ones, you're not chayav. Okay?
If somebody hits, for example, the car?
Hits the car, well, it depends whose fault it is. Let's say it's just parked and someone hits into it, it's honest, right? Unless you did like a Israeli parking between like half on the road, I don't know, sticking out, no one could go by,
In a case, I don't know if this matches up now, but if I'm thinking about a case like this, let's say they have companies, when they go public, people buy portions of the company.
Yeah.
But whoever's the majority owner, they get more, or whatever it is.
Yeah, okay.
So is that considered like a renter if you own 2% of a company?
Your rent, is it considered? It's an
You
investment.
pay some money, but you don't own the whole thing. Like, are you going to like?
It's an investment. It's a different law.
If the
Yeah.
company did something illegal, they're not going to come down on 2%.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times the company is not. It's not on one person's name. It's a part. It's like a combination of people.
That's what I'm saying.
So sometimes it's the company, which is like an idea, that gets in trouble, not the people necessarily. There's different cases. It's like a whole topic, obviously. Okay.
Like I think the Rosh and
Yeah.
he looks at spirits. You're renters. A lot of people here are renters.
Yeah.
Is that you have it's called kinyan v'yom.
You require it for the day.
It's called the kinyan for the day.
Right.
What does that mean exactly? That each way you're renting a thing for a month or a year. Or
Yeah.
Like that. What it means to say is that I have like kinyan ishtamshins.
You're
I've
using it.
acquired the usage of this place. I don't own the house.
Right.
But I have the right to all of its usage right now.
Right.
And in fact, if someone else comes and tries to claim that they have that
Ownership.
right to use, I show them the choseh and say, I can kick you out.
Right,
You don't
right.
own this place over here. It doesn't matter.
You have the usage.
You don't belong over here again.
Well, it's like here we rented it, so there's a halach. If you make something a shul, you can never turn it back. But if it's a rental, then it's already in the contract that it's going to go back. So you don't have to even make a condition because it's a rental. Yeah, it's implied. Yeah.
But if you rent it, if you own this place,
If you own it and turn it in, well, if you have in mind that it's going to be a shul, then it has to stay for everybody. You could make a condition that it's only going to be for a certain time, and then you're allowed to change it to something else. But once you turn it like permanently, then
The San's
done.
employees, the San's employees, what is a employees mean? It's a club. Right?
Oh, yeah,
So they're out there on the rep. He said, when you make this rule over here, make it on a conditional.
It'll stay.
So in other words, it can be used for multiple purposes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like the cupboards of the Aron, you know. Have
stays forever.
you can't do anything. You can't take it. You can't turn the
Big
house down.
can never be a soccer field.
That's right. So a renter. So the bottom line, we're saying a renter is a mamutza. Okay, he's an intermediary between a shomer sachar and a shoel. Like he has qualities of both. Someone who's being a paid watchman and someone who's borrowing. Be'echut chiyuvav ma'uto shoel. Okay, in the extent of his obligation, his essence, he's really like a borrower, but he gets out of being a borrower by giving money for the thing, and therefore he doesn't have to do a onus. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll pause it here.
Just Gemara today.
Gemara. We're gonna get into what's going on with previous.
You no longer put the category called.
Oh, but that's
Right.
So show them, we say all of the owner kind of looks at it and says, well, you were getting the entire benefit right now over here. It might as well be.
There was no exchange. It was just borrowed. Therefore, he's fully obligated.
Got all the on us. Therefore, anything happens to it.
Right. Even yeah.